Hi friends, I Y Narasimharao. Today we are discussing important topic in chemical bond. That is nothing but hydrogen bond. Okay. Here in this video the main contents are what is hydrogen bond and what is intramolecular hydrogen bond, and next one is intermolecular hydrogen bond. These are the main contents of this video. Let's we discuss about the what is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is a weak electrostatic force of attraction between positively charged hydrogen atom and negatively charged more electronegative atoms like nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, etc. is called hydrogen bond. Okay, it is a weak electrostatic force of attraction between positively charged hydrogen atom and negatively charged more electronegative atoms. Okay, that is called hydrogen bond. Here this hydrogen bond is weaker than ionic bond and covalent bond but stronger than van der Waals force of attraction. Stronger than van der Waals force of attraction. Okay. Next one is this hydrogen bond is represented by the dotted lines. Hydrogen bond is represented by the dotted lines. Okay. Here in hydrogen bonded molecules the coordination number of hydrogen atom is 2. Generally the coordination number is nothing but valency. The valency of hydrogen atom is 1. But in case of hydrogen bonded molecules the valency of hydrogen changes from 1 to 2. For example, if you see in this molecule the hydrogen, this molecule the hydrogen atom having 2 bonds. Okay, here one bond is hydrogen bond, another bond is covalent bond between the hydrogen. So the valency changes from 1 to 2. So that is called coordination number. Generally the normal molecules the coordination number is 1. Here the coordination number is 1. Only it has 1 electron. But in case of hydrogen bond molecules the coordination number of hydrogen is 2. It is very important point. Okay. And the next one is hydrogen bond can be classified into 2 types based on the type of molecules involved. Okay. Here there are 2 types of hydrogen bonds are there. One is intramolecular hydrogen bond and another one is intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intramolecular hydrogen bond, second one is intermolecular hydrogen bond. These are the 2 types of hydrogen bonds. These hydrogen bonds are classified on the basis of type of molecules involved. Okay. Here the next one is, let's discussing about the intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond. Here if the hydrogen bond is formed, if the hydrogen bond is formed between 2 different molecules of same substance or different substance. I repeat, if the hydrogen bond is formed between 2 different molecules of same substance or different substance are called intermolecular hydrogen bond. Inter means 2. Okay, you studied intermediate in 2 years, you remember like that. Okay, intermolecular hydrogen bond, it is formed between the 2 molecules of 2 different molecules of either it is same substance or different substance. Okay, you must be remember this. Here it can affect the boiling point of the substance. It can affect the boiling point of the substance. It can affected by the concentration. Clear? It can affect the boiling point of the substance, but it can affect by the concentration. It means it depends upon the concentration. In very dilute solution, the intermolecular hydrogen bond formation chances is very less. So it depends upon the concentration of the solution and it can affect the boiling point of the substance. Okay, here the best example is, for example, formation of hydrogen bond between the two HF molecule. Okay, two different HF molecule like this. The normal bond present between the hydrogen and fluorine, here due to the polar nature of the bond, due to the more electronegativity of fluorine, polarity is developed at this bond. Due to this, the partial positive charge is developed at hydrogen and partial negative charge is developed at fluorine. Similarly, in another molecule also like this, the partial positive charge is developed at oxygen, hydrogen, and partial negative charge is developed at fluorine. Here, now the hydrogen bond is formed between positively charged hydrogen atom and negatively charged fluorine atom like this. It is represented by dotted lines. This bond is weak bond, then this bond. But it is a small type of attraction between the two oppositely charged atoms in a molecule. Okay, clear? Similarly, this hydrogen bond is formed in the same substance. Both are made up of hydrogen fluorides. And another one is, if hydrogen, this type of hydrogen bond is also formed two molecules of different substance. For example, one is H2O molecule, like for example, if you take water molecule, here partial negative charge is developed, partial positive charge is developed at hydrogen, and partial negative charge is developed at oxygen. Similarly, in case of ammonia, here also, here partial negative charge is developed here and partial positive charge is developed here. This is the ammonia. Now the hydrogen bond is formed between negatively charged nitrogen atom and positively charged hydrogen atom like this. Here the bond is formed between two molecules of different substance. One is water, another one is ammonia, like this. So the hydrogen bond, intermolecular hydrogen bond is formed, two molecules of either same substance or different substance, either same substance or different substance. Clear? And the hydrogen bond in water molecule. Let's discuss about the hydrogen bond in water molecule. Generally, the polar nature of water molecule, due to the polar nature of water molecules, there is a association of water molecules with each other to form liquid state of abnormally high boiling point around 100 degrees centigrade. So here, due to the polarity of the water molecule, there is association of water molecule with each other like this. Here each water molecule is associated with 4 other water molecules. It is also very important. In water, each water molecule is associated with how many water molecules? Means 4 water molecules. For example, if you take this water molecule, it is associated with this one, and it is also associated with this one, it is also associated with this one, and it is also associated with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Not only this molecule, if you take any H2O molecule in this water, is associated with 4 other water molecules. This is the very, very important point. Okay, here also the coordination number of hydrogen is 2. The coordination number of hydrogen is 2, and the coordination number of oxygen the coordination number of oxygen is 4. The coordination number of oxygen is 4. In hydrogen bonded water molecules, the coordination number of oxygen is 4 and the coordination number of hydrogen is 2. Okay, like this. And here ice. Ice is also made up of water molecules. Ice is steam, ice, water, all these are having the chemical composition is H2O. In all these compounds, substance, the chemical composition is H2O. But the difference is the force of attraction between the molecules. In steam, there is a very less force of attraction between the each H2O molecule. In H2O, there is a association of some water molecules. But in case of ice, the strong intramolecular forces are present between ice. It depends upon the temperature. It depends upon the temperature. Okay, the force of attraction depends upon the temperature. It will be discussed in states of matter later. Okay, here liquid water molecule. Now we discussing what is the difference between the ice and water. Both are made up of H2O molecules, but ice is solid, water is liquid. Ice having less density and water having more density. Ice floats on the water. Why? Even though it is solid, but it floats on the surface of water. Why? Now I can explain that question. Okay, here the liquid water molecules are in constant motion and the hydrogen bonds are constantly being formed and breaking. It means in case of liquid water, the water molecules are continuously in motion and the hydrogen bonds are continuously being formed and broken. Okay, it is continuous process. But in case of ice, the water molecules are H2O molecules are do not move at their position, and also here the hydrogen bonds are constantly being formed with a large empty space without breaking. Without breaking, they form hydrogen bonds with large empty space. With large empty space. Due to that empty space, like that. Here, this is the structure of ice. Here, the large empty space is present. Here, it is a hexagonal crystal lattice. It is also a very important point. In hydrogen bonding, in ice, hydrogen bonding is formed like a hexagonal crystal lattice structure. With a hexagonal crystal lattice structure with empty space. Due to that empty space, the ice occupies more volume than water. Okay, and moreover, here it is due to this empty space, it floats on the surface of water. Clear? Due to that empty space, it floats on the surface of water and the structure of ice is hexagonal crystal lattice. But in case of water, these hydrogen bonds are continuously being formed and broken. There is no empty space. There is no empty space between the molecules. But in case of ice, there is a large empty space. There is a large empty space. Okay, in each hexagonal structure involves 6 H2O molecules. 6 H2O molecules. It is also important point. Okay, all these are the numerical questions. Maybe chance to ask in the objective exams like JEE mains and MCET exams like that. Clear? This is about the difference between the ice and water. Due to that empty space, it floats on the surface of water. It has hexagonal crystal lattice. In each hexagonal crystal lattice, to form that hexagonal crystal lattice, 6 water molecules are involved. Okay, in that hydrogen bonded molecules, the coordination number of oxygen is 4, the coordination number of hydrogen is 2. Okay, let's be discussing about the intramolecular hydrogen bond. Intramolecular hydrogen bond. What is intramolecular hydrogen bond? If the hydrogen bond is formed within the molecule, within the molecule are called intramolecular hydrogen bond. For example, orthofluorophenol, orthofluorophenol. Here it cannot affect the boiling point of the substance. It cannot affect the boiling point of the substance, and it cannot also depends upon the concentration. Okay, in case of intermolecular hydrogen bond, it can affect the boiling point of substance, it can affected by the concentration. But in case of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it cannot affect the boiling point of the substance. Moreover, it cannot affected by the concentration. Why? Because if this hydrogen bond needs only one molecule, but in case of intermolecular hydrogen bond, the bond formed between the two molecules, if the concentration is increased, the formation of hydrogen bond is also increased. The possibility of formation of hydrogen bond is also increased. But even though here in case of intramolecular hydrogen bond, if one molecule is present, there is a chance to formation of hydrogen bond. For example, orthofluorophenol. Here this is the benzene ring. Phenol means one OH group is attached at benzene ring, and we have to attach it at one fluorine at ortho position. Here this fluorine having partial negative charge, this hydrogen having partial positive charge. Similarly, this oxygen also having partial negative charge. Here now the bond is formed. Between this partially positive charged hydrogen and partially negative charged fluorine, like this. If one molecule is present, there is 100% chance to form the hydrogen bond. It does not need another molecule to form hydrogen bond. Within the molecule, hydrogen is formed in this intramolecular hydrogen bond. Okay, there is a slight difference between the inter and intramolecular hydrogen. There is a large confusion between the inter and intramolecular hydrogen. Okay, so this is about the intramolecular hydrogen bond. The best example is orthofluorophenol. Let's we discuss about the conditions for the formation of intramolecular hydrogen bond. If there is a chance to formation of intramolecular hydrogen bond, it must follow the following conditions. Then only here the bond is formed, otherwise it cannot take place. The first condition is the ring formed as a result of intramolecular hydrogen bond should be planar. It means after forming hydrogen bond, all the atoms are present in the same plane. And the next one is 5 to 6 membered rings should be formed. Already in the previous slide you saw, for example, if you take orthofluorophenol, I write again. Here in this molecule, the hydrogen bonding is formed between these two atoms like this. Due to this hydrogen bonding, here the ring is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-membered ring is formed due to this intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Otherwise, if 4-membered, 3-membered rings are formed, due to ring strain, the hydrogen bond is broken. Why? Because it is a weak electrostatic force of attraction that force not withstand with that angle strain. The force is affected by the angle strain, so there is no chance if there is a 3-membered ring or 4-membered ring is formed. It is due to the angle strain. 3-membered, 4-membered rings are not formed in hydrogen bonding. Why? Because due to ring strain affect the formation of hydrogen bond. That's why in case of 5-membered and 6-membered rings, ring strain is very less than the force of attraction between the positive charged hydrogen atom and negatively charged electronegative atom. Okay, here also ring strain plays the important role. So only 5-membered, 6-membered rings having less ring strain, they are more stable rings. Okay, that's why only in that case only it is possible. Okay, another example is ortho nitrophenol, like this. Here partial positive charge present at oxygen, partial negative charge present at partial positive charge present at hydrogen, partial negative charge present at oxygen, and here also partial negative charge present at this oxygen and partial positive charge is present at nitrogen. Here now hydrogen bond is formed at this partial positive charged hydrogen atom and partial negative charged oxygen atom like this. The name of this compound is orthonitrophenol. Here 6-membered ring is formed. Here due to the hydrogen bonding 6-membered ring is formed like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So totally 6 atoms are involved. So 6-membered ring is formed. This is the more stable. These are the best examples of intramolecular hydrogen bond. Clear? Now we can solve some IIT JEE questions like here. Okay, IIT JEE questions here. The question is, an ether is more volatile than alcohol even though having the same molecular formula. This is due to why? This question is asked in 2003 AIEEE exam. 2003 AIEEE exam. Okay, 2003 AIEEE exam. Okay, the options are here: alcohols having more resonance structures, and second one is intermolecular hydrogen bonding in ether and intermolecular hydrogen bonding in alcohols, and dipole character of the ether. Okay, just you can answer this question if you know the properties of alcohols and ether, then only you can answer this question. And moreover, we know the what are the conditions to form the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is formed between partially positive charged hydrogen atom and partially negative charged more electronegative atom. Okay, if you write the structures of ether and alcohol, take one example. For this, if you take any example, but the condition is both are having same molecular formula. Same molecular formula is the only one condition. You can make any example. The example is CH3, CH2, OH. The name of this compound is ethanol. And the isomer of both are functional group isomers. Ethers and alcohols are functional group isomers. Okay, here this is the ether. Both are having same molecular formula, that is C2H6O. C2H6O. Both are having same molecular formula, but they are differing with functional groups. One is having alcohol functional group, another one is having ether functional group. Okay, here now why? The question is ethers are more volatile than alcohols. Why? Because more volatile means it has less boiling point. It has boiling point. So boiling point is affected by intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond. Here there is, if it is negatively charged, even though it is negatively charged oxygen atom, but there is no positively charged hydrogen atom in this ether molecule. If this oxygen having a little bit of negative charge polarity, but there is no positively charged hydrogen atom. Why? Because the bond between this carbon and hydrogen is non-polar bond, non-polar covalent bond. So there is no way to chance formation of hydrogen bond in ethers. But in case of alcohols, here the partial positive charge is present at hydrogen and partial negative charge is present at oxygen. Similarly, if we take another molecule, here also this is oxygen, it has partial negative charge, this hydrogen has partial positive charge. Now the hydrogen bond is formed like between these two oxygen and hydrogen atoms, between these two molecules. Due to this intermolecular hydrogen bond, alcohols having more boiling point are less volatile. More boiling point means less volatile. More volatile means less boiling point, even though both are having same molecular formula. So hydrogen bonding, intermolecular hydrogen bond affect the intermolecular hydrogen bond affect the boiling point. This is the best example. So the correct option is intermolecular hydrogen bonding in alcohols is the correct option. Third option, that is third option. Very simple question. If you know the concept of hydrogen bond, simple concept. Okay, and the next question is, which of the following hydrogen bond is strongest? This question is asked in 2007 AIEEE exam. 2007 AIEEE exam. Here the options are, one is hydrogen bond between partially positive charged hydrogen and nitrogen, and another one is partially positive charged hydrogen and oxygen, negatively charged oxygen, and here the hydrogen bond is formed between the partially positive charged hydrogen and partially negative charged nitrogen, and in this compound the hydrogen bond is formed between the partially positive charged hydrogen and partially negative charged fluorine. The strength of hydrogen bond depends upon magnitude of charge. Magnitude of charge. All are having partially positive charges and partial negative charges. The magnitude of charge depends upon electronegativity. If in all molecules hydrogen is common, but they are differ with electronegative elements like nitrogen and oxygen and fluorine, like that. But the common point is hydrogen, the different point is electronegative elements. So we have to concentrate on that electronegative elements. So negative charged element influence the strength of hydrogen bond. So the atom which have more electronegative value, that have more magnitude of negative charge, that bond will be strong. That bond will be strong. So the correct option is fourth one. Why? Because here fluorine is the highest electronegative element in the periodic table. Not only in this 4 molecule, entire periodic table, fluorine has highest electronegative value. That's why it is more strongest bond. It is able to form strongest hydrogen bond than other elements. Okay, clear? Like that. And the next question is, HF has highest boiling point among hydrogen halides because it has This question is asked in 2019 JEE exams. 2019 JEE exams. That's why we have to, this same question is asked, the concept is same in the previous question and this question. If you solve the previous year IIT JEE questions, we can able to answer a few questions in each subject. That's why you must solve the previous IIT JEE and previous AIEEE and MCET exam questions. That is the most important thing. Okay, the same questions, the concept is same, the question is different, the asking manner is different, but the concept is same. The answer is due to the strongest hydrogen bonding. Strongest hydrogen bonding. Same. Why? Because the fluorine is, the strength of the hydrogen bond depends upon magnitude of charge. The magnitude of charge depends upon electronegative values. That's why the correct option is strongest hydrogen bond. HF has highest boiling point, then HCl or HBr or HI. Okay, clear? So like this, the questions are asked like this. And finally, thank you very much. Yours Erramneni Narasimha Rao.